What's up, guys? Coming to you today with a full slate of college basketball action here on Saturday, March 21st. I'll give you my favorite picks on the side and over on each game. We're going to cover every single one of the NCAA tournament and both of the NIT games. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock. So as a big thank you to me, take that 10th of a second and slam that like button. It really helps get these videos promoted out there on YouTube. It's a huge part of keeping me motivated every day to grind out these videos, and it's just really a nice thing to do. It's really cool to see that number go up and up, and it's a good sign to YouTube that this channel is worth promoting. Also, check below and see if you're subscribed to the channel. Subscriber growth has been really nice here recently. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers this year. That is the goal. That's what we're putting out there. We just broke 70,000 not too long ago. Let's keep it going. Share these videos out there with friends, colleagues, anybody you know that might be interested in sports betting or sports in general, and let's just keep on building that subscriber number. Also, half of our viewers are not subscribed, so I know a lot of you guys just need to hit that button. Also, get down there in the comments. Let me know anything you're looking at across the sports world, any bets you're looking at, any plays you're looking at on other sports besides college basketball, NBA, anything you're looking at. I'm more than happy to help you out with. And if I don't have the answer, I can reach out to the premium handicappers over there at stumpthespread.com and see what they have to say. While you're down there in the comments, make sure you're checking the pinned comment. That's the top comment below this video. If you click that little see more button, there will be a link to stumpthespread.com. Get over there, check out all the great free and premium stuff they're offering over there, and get on their free email newsletter. Also, in there, you'll find our top confidence, our favorite picks from every single video. You'll also find our massive lock of the day and our dog of the day, so do not miss out on those. In terms of a recap for yesterday, things are looking pretty good so far. Off to a good start there on the premium side for sure. In terms of the pinned comment plays, had a very nice day. We cashed Wright State plus 18.5. The Raiders went into halftime with a 5-point lead. They couldn't quite hang on and get the win, but their 9-point loss gave us a very comfortable win on our first play of the day. Tennessee State plus 24.5 did not quite work out. The Tigers got off to an insanely slow start, really put us behind the 8-ball in that one. They played much better in the second half, but could not quite get close enough there to win, to get us the cover, but it was relatively close. We did cash Utah State at minus 1.5. A very solid showing there from the Mountain West champions. In this one, the Aggies get the 86-76 win over Villanova. This team not going to be a pushover for anyone in the tournament, and they didn't even shoot that well in their round one win. We also cashed Purdue minus 25.5. Massive favorites in that one. Absolutely dominant performance from the Boilermakers in the second half to really pull away and win this one in a blowout. Braden Smith, Trey Kaufman-Renn both played amazing, and the Boilermakers, they shot the lights out from deep in this one. So they continue to stay very hot. Unfortunately, in an insanely bad beat, I'm sure you guys were watching. This was one of the early games. Santa Clara plus 3.5 is our dog of the day. Man, that was a brutal way to lose that one. Looked like they were going to win it straight up. Then not quite a half-court shot, but basically gets banked in there, and they end up losing by too many in overtime. That was an absolute heartbreaker. Thankfully, we did cash St. John's there on the money line as our massive lock of the day, and it was a comfortable win whether you took them on the money line or against the spread. The Red Storm could make some noise in this tournament. They clearly had Northern Iowa very much overmatched right from the get-go. So a very solid 4-2 day. We will definitely take it. We've got lots of action to cover here on a very busy Saturday. We're on to round 2 already. It happens so fast, guys. March Madness, one of the best times of the year. So we'll see what goes on here down the stretch. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you get over there to stumpthespread.com. Check out all the great stuff they offer over there. The free picks, the free email newsletter, and definitely those red hot premium picks. We had a very good day 1 and looking like a very good day 2 here coming up. So we'll see how things go, but it's looking pretty good. First up here out of the gates on a Saturday, guys, we have the St. Louis Billikens taking on the Michigan Wolverines in a 9-versus-1 matchup. St. Louis, they come into this game 29-5 on the season. They obliterated Georgia there in their opening round game. That was actually pretty freaking insane. Obviously, St. Louis has been a good team all season long. Seemed like they were tailing off a little bit at the end of the year. Well, apparently Robbie Avila and company, they were just playing possum or something. They played great in this game, put up 102 points. They only made 9 threes and scored 102 points. They shot 58% from the field, and they really messed with Georgia. I mean, the Bulldogs only shot 25% from 3 on 39 attempts, or 26% from 3 on 39 attempts. So that was tough, but the Billikens dominated the glass in this game. They limited the turnovers. St. Louis had 27 assists in this game, so St. Louis playing amazing here right out of the gates. Big contributions from the bench, 3 double-digit scores coming off the bench, and this team, they kind of do it by committee. They're not a squad that has one monster leading scorer that's going to take over, and they looked great. They're 10th in the nation this year in scoring, 28th in rebounding, and They played really, really well there against Georgia in the opening round. The reward for that win is taking on a 1 seed. They got to face the number 3, in the nation, number 1 in the tournament, Michigan Wolverines, who went 32-3 on the season, 19-1 there in Big Ten play. Clearly one of the best teams in the nation. They beat Howard in the opening round, but kind of let the Bison hang around. They end up winning that game by 21, 101-80. Now, maybe Michigan was playing with their food a little bit. Maybe they weren't taking that super seriously, but the fact they allowed the Bison to shoot 48% from 3 is troubling given the team they are about to face. I don't think Michigan is going to completely decimate St. Louis on the boards like they did to Howard. I also don't think, they can really, really rely on, shooting more free throws. I also don't think the Wolverines are going to shoot 67% from the field against a team like St. Louis. It's definitely a big step up in competition there for Michigan. Now, the Wolverines, not a team that is shy about facing top-tier, opponents. They played a very, very tough non-conference slate. They played some really, really good teams all year long there in the Big Ten. Obviously, this squad is loaded with talent, so we'll see what they can do here. They are 12.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 161.5. St. Louis, 19-12-2 against the spread this season, 17-16 to the over. Michigan, 15-20 against the spread, 21-14 to the under. With a total here of 161.5, even though St. Louis is a very high-scoring team, and both these teams are pretty high-scoring teams, I do think I'm going to lean slightly towards the under. I think we're going to see a much more, at least a slightly more defensively oriented game, and that's a pretty big number, so I don't hate the under in this spot. In terms of a side, am I a big enough believer here in St. Louis to take them getting the points? Unfortunately for Billikens fans, I don't think I am. Give me Michigan here at minus 12.5. I think they lock in a lot more here in round 2. I think we see the red-hot shooting of St. Louis cool off a little bit against the very good defense of Michigan. I mean, the Wolverines gave up under 70 points per game this season over the course of the regular year. So I think we see the Wolverines pull away late in this one and win by 15 or 18. Next up, guys, we've got the Louisville Cardinals taking on the Michigan State Spartans in a 6 versus 3 matchup. Now, Louisville, 24-10 in the regular season, so they do, make their way into the big dance despite getting knocked off by Miami there in the conference tournament. This Louisville team has ran very hot and very cold. They've obviously been an elite level offensive team all year long, 23rd in the nation in raw scoring, 57th in rebounding. They're decent defensively, but I'm not going to say they're elite. They did survive their first round matchup there against a tough South Florida team, eventually winning 83-79, but things got a little bit spooky there down the stretch, and that was all despite South Florida shooting 15%. They shot 15% from 3. That is definitely very helpful. Louisville won this game by 4 points despite the fact they shot 52% from 3 and 54% from the field. The Cardinals made like half of their free throws, so that was a pretty bad look. They had a small edge there on the boards, but they are about to face a whole different situation in this one. Obviously, Ryan Conwell has been a monster this year, but what are they going to do against a team here as good as Michigan State? Could get a little bit sketchy. The Spartans, they did not mess around in the opening round. They took down NDSU 92-67, and this Michigan State team has been a tough nut to crack all year long. In their opening win, they're over the North Dakota State Bison. Things got off to a very good start. Michigan State was up by 20 points there at halftime and cruised to the win. They shot 50% from 3 and almost 60% from the field. Their rebounding numbers were very, very good. They dominated on the glass, and they were not messing around in this one. We loved everything we saw in this game. Pretty much everybody having a good day there for the Spartans, and they stayed very, very locked in. Michigan State's played a tough schedule there in the Big Ten. Jeremy Fears has obviously had a great year. They've closed their regular season out on a couple of losses, but despite that, guys, they came out with their hair on fire and dominated in the opening round. Will they be able to do that in this one? Well, they are 40th in the nation rebounding in a dominant level defensive team, so that could cause some problems here for Louisville. The Spartans are 4.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 151.5. Louisville, 17-17 against the spread, 19-15 to the under. Michigan State, 16-15-2 against the spread, 16-14 to the under. I'm probably not going to get involved in the total too much in this game, but I really like the Michigan State Spartans here at minus 4.5. I think they're by far the better team. I think their elite level defense is going to cause all sorts of problems there for Louisville, and the Cardinals feels like they got really lucky, honestly, that USF had such a terrible shooting night. I think they're going to have a really hard time here in the second round. Next on the docket, guys, we have a game that is going to get an awful lot of attention. We've got the number 9 TCU Horned Frogs taking on the number 1 Duke Blue Devils. TCU, they earn a very tough 66-64 win there over Ohio State in the opening round in their 9 versus 8 matchup, and that was a I mean, it wasn't a super high scoring game, so I'm not going to call it a barn burn, but that was a close one, and it was very, very hard fought. We saw TCU shoot the ball relatively well from three, 39% from long range. They held Ohio State down in terms of their shooting numbers. TCU had a nice little edge there on the glass. Overall, they played really, really well in this game. They took good care of the ball, and they did a good job limiting anybody from going too nuts there for Ohio State. So a very good day from TCU. They played really well towards the end of the season, despite that loss to end their regular season there against Kansas. This team, only 142nd in the nation total offense, giving up 72 points per game, not bad. David Punch has had a good season. Brock Harding's been a solid point guard. They're about to be severely tested here against one of the best teams in the nation, but the questions remain about Duke's health. Ngangba, he, maybe is going to return for this game. We do not know if he's going to be back here in the second round. And Duke raised a lot of eyebrows with their struggles in their opening round game against Siena. They won 71-65. They won by 6 points, and I believe they were like 28-point favorites or something like that. Absolutely insano stuff there. Duke, they were down 43-32 in the first half. And we've seen Duke struggle a little bit down the stretches here. They could not throw it in the ocean from long range, shot 19% from three. They did a great job getting to the free throw line, so got definitely some help from the refs there. I mean, Cameron Boozer put up 22 and 13, but he also had 5 turnovers. Caden Boozer had 19. He's actually really coming on strong here towards the end of the year. He had 5 assists and 0 turnovers and a couple steals. So he came up huge, but this Duke team feels a little bit shorthanded. We don't have a crazy amount of clarity. I mean, Ngangba could play in this game, but they were saying they are hopeful. So 3 weeks on the sideline there with that foot injury. Maybe he'll be back for this one. We just don't know for sure. Apparently some hurdles to clear during Friday's practice and overnight recovery, so we'll see how it looks, but it's not confirmed. Not confirmed one way or the other. Caleb Foster has also been missing time. We don't have a lot of clarity on whether or not he is going to play in this game either. So a lot still up in the air for this one. Duke, they are 11.5 point favorites. We've got a total of 139.5. TCU 19-15 against the spread this year, 19-15 to the under. Duke 19-16 against the spread, 23-12 to the under. So I actually do think under 139.5 is alive and well in this game. I don't think we're going to see a crazy high scoring one. Neither one of these teams are trying to get out and run. That's just not what they do. We're going to see a grinded out kind of game. So my favorite play in this one is going to be under 139.5. Also, we have a very, very trendy play going around, and that's to take TCU getting the 11.5 points under the understanding that Duke may be banged up. We just don't know that for sure. But despite all that, guys, I do think we are going to be on the Horned Frogs getting those 11.5 points. It's the tiniest of tiny leans. If I find out that Duke's going to be healthy for this game, I immediately flip and give me the Blue Devils here to win this one by 15-20. But we don't know that for sure, so my main play is going to stay that under. Hey guys, before we break down the rest of this college basketball slate here on a very busy Saturday of NCAA and NIT tournament action, we get a shout out the sponsor today in every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily NBA, NHL, UFC, and college basketball picks. MLB season is obviously right around the corner. We're going to see premium MLB plays there in the premium section very, very soon. In terms of our results, day one of the NCAA tournament, our NCAA picks went 4-1-1, so a very, very solid start there. Things really, really working out on some nice bigger unit plays there in college basketball. And on day two, things are definitely pointed in the right direction. Already cashing Utah State -1.5 and the under there in that Long Island, Arizona game. Those both came through very, very comfortably. UCF's playing a very close one right now, coming down to the last couple of seconds, so that's looking like it will probably, hopefully, be a win too. We're not counting our chickens before they're hatched in any sort of NCAA tournament game. We've also got a bunch still riding here on what goes in that Cal Baptist Kentucky game, or Cal Baptist Kansas game. So we'll see how that all works out, but things are flying along, pointed in the right direction over there for the premium members in NCAA tournament action. Like I said, guys, Major League Baseball right around the corner. NHL obviously going strong as well too. So it's a great time to get in the mix as a premium member, but you definitely got to get over there to StumpTheSpread.com, whether you're looking to sign up for a premium account or not, and get in on those free picks that are every single day posted over there under the free picks tab. You certainly do not want to miss out on those. They've been on a very, very hot run, guys. The free pick over there was Wright State +18.5 there for today for the 20th. So definitely, an easy cash on that one. So don't miss out on the free picks tab. Also, get on that free email newsletter. Crazy big write-ups covering all the major sports. There's some big golf sweats going on from what went out in the golf write-up. Some big, plus 2,000 plays could potentially hit, some 20 to 1s, a couple 15 to 1s, just a bunch of really, really good stuff there in the big write-ups for the golf stuff. But there's big write-ups in those emails. It's just a fantastic resource, guys. Every single day you get one email straight to your inbox. There are regular free picks in there as well, but those big write-ups on all the major sports, as well as the niche sports like golf, NASCAR, tennis, those are huge, and there's big information coming out covering Major League Baseball. So get over to stumpthespread.com and sign up for a free account. They're going to ask for your name and your email address, and that's all they need. That's how you get on that email list. So do not miss out on that. Also, over at stumpthespread.com, if you're interested, you can pick up a Stump the Spread hoodie. We're selling them right now for $39.99. That is at cost for us. We make nothing on those hoodies. That $39.99 includes free shipping for you, and you can have that hoodie to your place of residence in as little as 6 or 7 days. Also, we had somebody get one in 3 days fairly recently, but that's crazy. I don't think that's the norm, but I guess it's possible. So definitely pick up a hoodie if you are interested. Also, if you're a massive fan of what you're seeing from here every single day, sign up for a YouTube channel membership by clicking that little join button right below the video. YouTube channel members are eligible for our members only giveaways. We give away 2 Stump the Spread hoodies every single week, one on Monday, one on Thursday. Definitely do not miss out on those giveaways. Put the name of every single YouTube channel member on a big wheel. We spin that wheel live on the video, and whoever it lands on gets the Stump the Spread hoodie of their size mailed straight to their address of choice. Love doing those giveaways, guys. The more members we get, the more giveaways we'll do. If we get enough members, I'll give away a Stump the Spread hoodie here every single day. That would be absolutely sick. So become a YouTube channel member if you're interested. Also, huge shout out to everybody that watched these videos, especially the YouTube channel members, guys. Really appreciate you. Now, let's go ahead and dive back in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're getting over there to stumpthespread.com. Check out all the great stuff they offer over there. The free picks, the premium picks for sure. Just casting UCF as a 2-unit premium play. Another win there. So things cruising right along. A great time to be in the mix over there at stumpthespread.com. But now let's go ahead and dive back in over here on YouTube. Next up, we're looking at the number 10 Texas A&M Aggies take on the number 2 Houston Cougars. Texas A&M comes into this game fresh off of a 63-50 rock fight of a win there over St. Mary's. The Aggies weren't exactly dominant out there in the SEC, going 22-11 on the season and 11-7 in conference play, but they look good in the opening round here. Taking down a St. Mary's Gales team that wasn't exactly highly touted coming here into the the NCAA tournament. The Aggies shot 35% from 3, made 9 out of their 13 free throws, so nothing too special there. We actually saw St. Mary's fall apart at the free throw line. That was kind of weird, but not exactly a super hot shooting day from Texas A&M. They actually got out rebounded in this one, so we'll see what they can come up with here. Obviously, not a team that really was spreading it out too much in that one over the course of the season. I guess that's kind of been the case for them as well. They're 14th in the nation in raw scoring, and St. Mary's was able to grind things down to kind of a messy pace there for them. The bad news could be they're about to go up against a vaguely similar but infinitely better squad in this one as they take on the Houston Cougars. Rebounding is definitely a concern in this one. Houston could take their best player out of this game for the Aggies. That could be a big problem for Texas A&M. And is their defense good enough to stop what the Cougars want to do on offense? It all feels a little bit sketchy to me. So we'll see what happens here. Houston, they come to this game, a number 2 seed. They're coming off a very comfortable win there over number 15 Idaho to start things off. They got a 31-point win in that one. Everything going exactly how Houston would want. They dominated right out of the gate, up 48-24 at halftime. They didn't let the Vandals shoot over 30% from the field, over 20% from the 3-point line. Houston got everything they wanted. They shot 53% from 3 on very limited attempts, but they were some really good attempts out there, and they shot 50% from the field. They dominated on the boards. They didn't create a crazy amount of turnovers, but they did have 8 steals in the game, so just everything pointing in the right direction with the Cougars. And you don't get much more battle-tested than Houston this season. They've taken on the most elite teams in the nation. Kingston Flemings has put up great numbers all year long for this team. They've been dominant on defense, as we would expect from the Houston Cougars, and everything they've wanted to do this season has pretty much worked out for them based on their aggressive and very dominant style of defense and rebounding. Now, the numbers for this game, the Cougars are 10.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 142.5. Texas A&M 19-14 against the spread, also 19-14 to the over. Houston 17-18 against the spread, 21-14 to the under. Guys, I think this is a problem situation here for the Texas A&M Aggies. Give me Houston to win this one by at least 11. I think they're going to get a comfortable winning cover here. I think Texas A&M is going to have a really, really hard time putting the ball in the basket against one of the best defensive teams in the nation. And I don't think Houston is going to have nearly that kind of trouble here scoring against, obviously, a Texas A&M Aggies team that is not nearly as good defensively. So definitely give me the Houston Cougars here to get the win and cover. Next on the docket, a very interesting game. We've got the number 11 Texas Longhorns taking on the number 3 Gonzaga Bulldogs. Now, Texas, they've already won 2 NCAA tournament games already. They took down NC State there in that 11 versus 11 matchup. Then they took care of business there against BYU, winning 79-71. Now, not exactly the easiest time against BYU, although I will say that final score is maybe slightly misleading because Texas was really in control of this thing. The problem was Volkaitis could not make a goddamn free throw to save his life, going 3 of 11 from the line and missing a lot down the stretch for Texas to eventually only shoot 50% from the free throw line. But really, all the Texas had to do was kind of try and make life hard there for AJ DeBonsa, and then that was pretty much going to be it. The Cougars did not have a whole lot of good options outside of him. They got 0 points from their bench. So some of that, you do have to give credit to Texas for playing good defense, but also BYU, a shell of what we thought they would be earlier in this. They suffered a lot of injuries throughout the season. Now, Texas, they've been playing great. They've been on a heater. We saw 4 starters score in double figures. They shot 36% from 3. I mean, they played really, really well in this game. Will they be able to continue to play that well? I mean, they had a good season out there in the SEC, just fell apart late. Seems like they are back on track. Now, Gonzaga, they had a bit of a tussle in their opening round game against number 14 Kennesaw State. They did win, obviously, but it was not the blowout that the odds makers thought it would be. Kennesaw State made a real game out of this. They were down by 6 at halftime, played a very close one, really representing the Conference USA well. In this game, Gonzaga shot 17% from 3. They did shoot the ball well from the free throw line. They dominated the glass. They had 10 turnovers. Kennesaw State had 11, and it just felt like Gonzaga was struggling defensively a lot of the time, especially there, but in the first half, but kind of in general struggling. So I certainly have quite a few questions here about Gonzaga. We also did not love what we saw from St. Mary's, so maybe the WCC getting a little bit overvalued. Santa Clara should have won their game, so take that for what you will. But did not love what we saw from Gonzaga. Obviously, Graham Ikes had a great season. Their season-long numbers look great. But what are they going to do here against Texas? It's going to be very, very interesting to see. The numbers for this game, the Bulldogs, Gonzaga, they are only 6.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 146.5. Texas 18-15 against the spread this year, 19-14 to the over. Gonzaga 18-16 against the spread, 24-10 to the under. I actually don't think under is a crazy play in this game, under 146.5. That's a relatively big number. I think we aren't going to see an insane amount of offense in this one, but in terms of a side, and this is probably a bit of a trendy pick, this might even be a public underdog spot, but I'm leaning towards Texas getting those 6.5 points. I was very unimpressed with what I saw from Gonzaga. I really wasn't that impressed with what we saw from them in the regular season even, so we'll see what happens in this one, but give me the Longhorns getting those 6.5 points. Rolling right along here, guys, we've got the number 11 VCU Rams taking on the number 3 Illinois Fighting Illini. VCU, they got the 82-78 win there over North Carolina. A pretty freaking crazy game there in the opening round. I had VCU in a few of my brackets, so that one definitely felt good, and we're on VCU and the points in that spot. So obviously, feels great when your underdog gets the straight-up win. Now, this was not an easy game. Goes into overtime. VCU is clearly exhausted, struggling to find answers there offensively in overtime, but they do make it happen. They get some lucky breaks. Maybe North Carolina gets a little bit unlucky, but I mean, Terrence Hill Jr. putting up 34 points off the bench is absolutely nuts. VCU shoots 42% from 3, 45% from the field. They hold North Carolina at only 28% from 3. They keep things pretty even on the board. So really, really good work there from VCU against an albeit, kind of hobbled, kind of shorthanded Tar Heel squad. So we'll see what the Rams can do here in the second round. Over the course of the regular season, they've obviously been a very solid team, good defensively, excellent offensively, good on the boards. So we'll see what they can do here taking on the Fighting Illini. Illinois, they messed around a little bit in their opening round game against the Ivy League opponent there in Pennsylvania. They do eventually get the 35-point win, taking care of business and getting the cover in that one, but they were only up by 10 at halftime. By the end of the game, Illinois had shot 50% from the field, 42% from 3, and crushed their opponent on the glass. So we'll see how locked in they are for round 2. I would think you'd be pretty freaking locked in after getting kind of a cupcake win there in the first round. Obviously, Wagler has had a very good season. This team is putting up elite numbers over the course of the year. So everything really pointed in the right direction for Illinois. The question is, what will they be able to do here against, a pretty competent opponent? They did lose to Wisconsin there at the end of the year. They beat Maryland by 6. They blew out Oregon, so they've shown blowout potential. They're 11.5-point favorites, a total of 151.5. VCU 18-17 against the spread, 19-16 to the under. Illinois 19-14 against the spread, 18-15 to the under. This is a pretty tough spot, in my opinion, guys. I have a lot of respect for VCU, but I worry about their lack of size here. I really was concerned by their lack of shot making down the stretch in that game. Illinois is a loaded team. 11.5 feels a little bit heavy, so this might barely miss out on being a pinned comment play, but I will take Illinois to get the winning cover in this one. Rolling right along, we're looking at the Vanderbilt Commodores taking on the Nebraska Cornhuskers in a 5 versus 4 matchup. Vanderbilt 27-8 over the course of the regular season, 11-7 out there in the SEC. They have Tanner Tyler, one of the most dynamic point guards in the nation, 20 points, 5 assists per game, shooting nearly 50% from the field. But in their opening round game against number 12 McNeese, they struggled a little bit. They were up by 3 at halftime, eventually pull away and win by 10 there late, but it was not smooth sailing. They do shoot 51% from the field. They do have a small edge there on the boards. They shoot 38% from long range, but still allowed McNeese to kind of inflict their pace of play on this game, and that could be a problem, especially given the matchup they are about to find themselves in. So we'll see if they can do a better job of getting their pace going in this game. Obviously, Tyler Tanner not having an issue, putting up 26 points in the win, and Vanderbilt has obviously been a good team over the course of the season. I'm not trying to say Vanderbilt's terrible, but they did really kind of let McNeese dictate the pace of this game. So we'll see what they can do here, taking on the Nebraska Cornhuskers, who blew out Troy in the opening round, 76-47. They really played well defensively in this game. And I mean, that's kind of the MO for the Cornhuskers this season. They've done a lot of great defensive play. They were up 41-25 at halftime, so getting out of the gate strong. They shoot 100% from the free throw line, making all 6 of their attempts. Had a little edge there on the boards, not a crazy edge. They generated 17 turnovers from Troy in this game, only turned the ball over 6 times themselves. Very good work there from Price Sandford. He put up 23 points and was 7 of 12 from long range. He is clearly very comfortable here shooting at the Paycom Center. So foreshadowing there for a future Oklahoma City Thunder player, who knows? But very good work from the Cornhuskers in general. And over the course of the season, they've been one of the best defensive teams in the nation. Their offense is good enough. They did get bounced by that red-hot Purdue team in the final regular season game, but they're looking locked in here for the tournament. And they had a great non-conference schedule, which should give us a little bit of confidence in this one. The Cornhuskers are getting 2 points in this one. We've got a total of 147.5. Vandy, 18-17 against the spread this year, 18-17 to the under. Nebraska, 18-14-1 against the spread, 23-10 to the under this year. So, I mean, with the trends pointing in that direction, we have to consider under 147.5. It's a Nebraska game, so under definitely has to be on the table as a possibility. In terms of a side, I'm taking the Cornhuskers here, getting a free bucket. I was not impressed with what I saw from Vanderbilt against a McNeese team that I do not think was very good. I think we see the Cornhuskers get the straight-up win in this one. I will take the free bucket. It's out there. Why not take it? But I just don't trust Vanderbilt. If they're going to let this be a game that's played at the pace of Nebraska, that is a really bad thing for the Commodores. So give me Nebraska here, getting the points. In our last NCAA tournament game of the day, before we hop over and cover those 2 NIT tournament games, we've got the number 12 High Point Panthers taking on the number 4 Arkansas Razorbacks. Now, High Point, obviously the darlings of the tournament, knocking off Wisconsin 83-82. Crazy work there. I mean, the Panthers, crazy interview there by the coach too. Nobody would play them, so on and so forth. They played a really good game. Obviously, I mean, they're a 31-win team. They've done some good stuff. Excellent shooting numbers, but not out of the realm of possibility good. 15 of 40 from 3, 42% from the field. Only shot 9 free throws, but Wisconsin only shot 12. They had an edge on the boards there against Wisconsin, which is very impressive. And yeah, they just made more shots there down the stretch. Gotta give them credit where credit is due. Pretty crazy stuff. So they'll take the win. Obviously, the High Point Panthers had a very good season out there in the Big South. Trey Anderson is a monster. This team is very elite offensively. Their defense was good enough. They didn't have a crazy amount of success in the non-conference, but they had some wins mixed in there. So we'll see what they can do here against one of the most dynamic offensive teams in the nation. We were looking at the number 4 Arkansas Razorbacks, who at 27-8 on the season and 13-5 in the SEC had a very good year. They blew the doors off of Hawaii there in their opening round game, winning 97-78, and it didn't even really feel like the Razorbacks had to lock in for that game. I mean, they were up 54-36 at halftime, played fairly even game the rest of the way. Acuff had 24 points, pretty efficient shooting numbers. Honestly, loved everything we saw. They only shot 19% from 3. Keep that in mind. They shot 19% from 3 and won that game handily. I expect them to shoot the ball better this time, and they're going to need to. Just for the record, they will definitely need to here against High Point. They shot 54% from the field. They dominated the boards. They played a really good game, albeit against a pretty mediocre opponent. Now, what will they be able to do here against a now red-hot and very fired-up High Point team? We'll have to wait and see. It should be a very exciting game. Really, really pumped to watch this one. The Razorbacks are 11.5-point favorites. We've got a total here of 168.5. High Point, 16-15-1 against the spread this season, 21-11 to the over. Arkansas, 23-12 against the spread this season, a very good against the spread team, 20-15 to the over themselves. Getting over 168.5 feels like a lot to ask, but I will lean slightly that way just based on these trends these teams have put up this year. In terms of a side, I'm buying into the Cinderella story. Do I think they win this one straight up? I struggle to think they're going to win it straight up, but I do think they can keep it to single digits. Give me the High Point Panthers here and the points. I think they've got a shot here against the Razorbacks, and if not, I think they can at least keep this thing competitive. Now, guys, hopping over to the NIT to look at a couple games over there. First up, we've got the Dayton Flyers going on the road to take on the UNC Wilmington Seahawks. Now, keep in mind, this is an NIT game. This is a real road game. Dayton, they went to Bradley and got the 80-66 blowout win there to open their round of the NIT. So it seems like Dayton is locked in. Javon Bennett, their leading scorer, played great, put up 25 in that win. This team has been terrible on the boards all season long, but played relatively well down the stretch. They thought they were going to go dancing, but then they stayed locked in and actually put up a very, very solid game there to, keep them, win in the opening round of the NIT and avoid any major letdown. They're taking on the UNC Wilmington Seahawks, who went 27-6 on the season. They were the best team in the CAA. They won a nail-biter there at Yale to open their NIT campaign. That was a crazy one. I mean, they shot the ball relatively well from 3, but terrible from the field. Only made 57% of their free throws, and narrowly avoided losing there to Yale, which, I mean, honestly, Yale's a pretty good team, so I wouldn't say that's, would have been a hugely embarrassing loss, but obviously, they want to come away with the win in that one. This is a much bigger deal to be in the NIT here for UNC Wilmington than you would think it would be for Dayton. The Seahawks are getting 2.5 points in this game. We've got a total of 138.5. Dayton, 17-18 against the spread, 6-6 against the spread on the road, 23-12 to the under. UNC Wilmington, 16-13-2 against the spread, 8-7-1 against the spread at home, 17-14 to the over. With UNC Wilmington playing a relatively low-scoring game there in the conference in the opening round, I do think the under is very much in play for this one, and it might be my it's actually my second favorite pick because I really think Dayton is locked in and determined to win the NIT here. My apologies, I have a corgi and he is just losing his freaking marbles down there. You can see him in the mirror right now. He is just rolling around, having the time of his life. We're trying to record a video right now. Chill out. But anyway, our pick in that one is going to be the Dayton Flyers -2.5. Last but not least here, guys, we're looking at the Liberty Flames going on the road to take on the Nevada Wolfpack. Now, Liberty, 26-7 on the season, a huge letdown for them in the Conference USA tournament to not make the big dance. Kennesaw State did give a pretty solid accounting of themselves, though, in the opening round. In the opening round of the NIT, Liberty got the 77-71 win there over the George Mason Patriots. They'll take it. Obviously, your Conference USA team, I don't think you're too good to be trying there in the NIT. They put up, very good shooting numbers, 49% from the field, 35% from 3. Did a good job getting to the free throw line, and they jumped out to a nice 10-point lead there at halftime. So very good work, especially Josh Smith, who put up 23 points on very efficient shooting numbers in that win. Over the course of the season, Liberty, not a great rebounding team, but solid defensively and okay offensively, but they might be in for a bit of a tough one here as they head to Nevada to take on the Wolfpack. Nevada got the 89-75 blowout win over Murray State to open their NIT campaign. The Wolfpack were a pretty solid team all year long, and they won this game convincingly despite the fact Murray State shot 41% from 3, made 11 threes in this game. Nevada just dominated the whole way. They only had 5 turnovers, forced 15 there from Murray State. We saw Murray State shoot more free throws and everything, and just the Wolfpack took care of business. By far the better team. Corey Camper Jr., a very solid leading scorer. Their rebounding numbers are good. Their defensive numbers are excellent. There's a lot to like here about Nevada. They are 7.5-point favorites in this game. We've got a total of 147.5. Liberty, 13-17 against the spread, 7-6 against the spread on the road, 8-12 to the over. Nevada, 20-15 against the spread, 11-7 against the spread at home, 21-14 to the over. I actually think over is reasonable in this game. You can take over 147.5. I think that's fine, but I think the reason that's fine is Nevada's going to put up a lot of points, guys. I think they win this one by 10 plus the vast majority of the time. They're by far the better team, and I think it shows up in this one big time. Definitely give me Nevada in this one playing at home. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today. Do me a big favor, hit that like button. It only takes up 1/10 of a second and really, really helps get these videos promoted out there on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. It does a ton to keep me motivated to grind out these videos. I know over half of you are not subscribed. Get down there and subscribe to the channel. It keeps you from missing out on these videos every day, and it's absolutely free. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you or find an answer to your question through the premium handicappers over there at Stump the Spread. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you're clicking the link in the description to get over there to stumpthespread.com. Get in on those premium picks right now. We're on a very, very hot run on college basketball. And you also got to get over there for MLB coming up soon and all the free picks and that free email newsletter. It's a fantastic resource. Guys, we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place for more sports betting action.